Stop.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA. Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby, when pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Howdy hi, and how the hell are you? And a happy spring training to you, girls and boys, here on the BCR. As we're set to bring you this game and get you ready for the boys of summer. Opening day is quickly approaching, and there's still a lot of questions to be answered out on the diamond. So kick back and relax. Grab you a cold one, as we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of radio baseball. We'll hit the lineups as the game moves on. Wherever you are, we'll take you out to the warm sunshine and the beautiful blue skies of spring training baseball. Make sure to hit that subscribe and set the alerts, as we've got a full docket of spring baseball coming your way leading up to opening day. So with the spring in our step, the wind at our back, and the sun high in the sky, let's put it all aside and head out to the old ballpark.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you, Richard, Gary, Shellen, Peter the Creeper. She's about 2 steps away from starting her OnlyFans, an AI OnlyFans. What else we got going on in here? As was, hope you're feeling okay. Jags. Just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Appreciate Peter letting me know that the audio was off yesterday. I think we got it figured out. Didn't realize that the microphone was potted down, so y'all might have had issues hearing me from time to time. If I wasn't right on top of the microphone, it would have been an issue. I'm doing a sound check right now. So if you're new coming in, you may not be aware, but we can only see your email through YouTube now, email address. So if you were some other name last year, make sure to let us know. Good to see you, Lisa. I'm sure you will, Peter. I'm sure you will. Just don't make the mistake that the, the wizard. Always stick to your story. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. The Wizard of Oz. That's what I was trying to think. It's Chris Sale Day. Man, I swear it feels like he's pitching every other day and Strider never pitches. But we'll get Chris Sale kicking today. And go ahead and pull this off the screen. We shouldn't have the issue with the scoreboard. It's funny, Jason saw that video. He goes, why does she have any pants on? I don't know. All right, enough giving Pete a hard time. Here we go. First pitch on the way from Chris Sale is launched high and deep into left field. Looked like the wind might have knocked that down. F7 in your scorecard, 1 away. So first pitch Hutton by the Blue Jays today. Left to right across your outfield, it's the Yaz, Michael Harris II, and the Book of Eli. Left to right across the infield, Riley, Dubon, Wisely, and Olson. Drake is behind the plate, and of course, Chris Sale is on the bump. The Atlanta Braves are wearing their spring training unis with the spring training red hats and the blue jersey, red hat, Atlanta across the chest, written in red, outlined in white is what I'm trying to say. The white pants and the red piping is the first pitch on the way to Addison Barger, lefty-to-lefty matchup. Right there outside, did not get the call. It's 1-0. 1-0. Man, that looked like a good pitch. He didn't get that one either. That one was right there at the knees. I'll get my StatCast pulled up, see how close we are on these pitches. There is going to be the 2-0 pitch, swing, chopper over towards second. It's going to be a quick 4-3 putout. Spring training jog by Addison Barger, so Wisely had plenty of time. 2 down. Just put some pants on it. I like it in theory. In theory, I like it. That's all I can tell you. But the only other thing I can say is if you can put so I don't know if you noticed, Peter, but we did add. So unfortunately, with some of these shirts that we just started in the BCR stores, the first pitch on the way upstairs for a ball, it's 1-0. I don't know why they've done this, but you'll go in to create a shirt, and they only give you the one color that you can pick, as opposed to picking the shirt and you choose your colors. The 1-0 outside wide, ball 2-0. So we were in a hurry the other night, and that's why we put the pink. Well, evidently, PETA doesn't like the color pink, but we've already sold 2 of those, the pink ones. But I got what she was saying, so we created 3 other colors for it as the 2-0 swing and a miss. Fastball, 95 miles an hour, 2-1. Schneider, the batter. Jesus Sanchez, our old friend, is standing on deck. Blue Jays are wearing their Toronto Blue Jay blue tops and gray pants, white lettering with Toronto on the front. So a 3-1 count is that pitch. Little inside. Lefty-righty matchup. Pitch on the way. Swing, lifts it. High and deep into right field, and that'll end the inning. F9 your scorecard. Well, what I was going to say is pick a navy top or one of the actual colors that we have, because unfortunately red's not even an issue. But anyways, I'll talk about that more when we come back. That's really neither here nor there. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 your score. Braves grab the sticks when we return.
Put your hands up. This is a mockery. Don't you mean a robbery?
Opening day fact. Alexander Cartwright umpired the first game played by the Knickerbockers on April 10th, 1846. The score sheet for that game would simply say, commencement of the season. With the Brooklyn Dodgers down 18-3 to their rival, the New York Giants, in 1912, fans stormed the field and delayed the game. By the time the fans were cleared out and play resumed, the game would be called in the 6th inning due to dark. The outfield stands at Braves Field received a fresh coat of paint before opening day in 1946, but weather prevented it from drying. What resulted was a lot of angry, paint-stained fans. The Braves would later issue an apology and even covered their cleaning bill. On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson became the first black baseball player to play in the major leagues when he took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers. In his first game, he would walk and score a run on his way to winning Rookie of the Year at the end of the season. Ted Williams was one of the greatest hitters of all time, but he was even better on opening day, hitting an astounding .449. In 1950, Harry Truman became the only president to throw out a left-handed and a right-handed first pitch. Most people know that Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record, but how many of you know that he tied Babe Ruth on opening day in 1974? Winning streaks and losing streaks are part of baseball. In 1974, another streak would happen when several naked fans ran onto the field at Chicago's Comiskey Park. And there you have it, some opening day facts.
In fact, no one in decades has been able to do what he's done. Carry a 400 average into September.
You rooted for him to hit 400.
I was rooting for him hard.
I'm just hitting the ball where it's pitched and everything's paying off right now.
How many of you think George Brett's going to bat 400 this year?
Then I did the one drastic thing I shouldn't have. I tried to hit 400. And once I got below 400,
I started pressing more and more and more.
There's so much pressure in what he was trying to do, and you know that every pitcher is trying to get him out.
You haven't played it in years. Why can't I be quarterback, huh?
You're right. Let's see what you got. Hit me. I'm open.
Hi.
That's why. Now sit down and shut up.
It slipped. I just ate popcorn.
Welcome back. Eric Lauer is the pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. Lefty-righty matchup is the first pitch swinging. Dubon comes out of his shoes on that one. It's 0-1. Mauricio Dubon leading off. Drake Baldwin will be batting second. Matt Olson batting third. Riley batting fourth as the 0-1 pitch is high and inside, 1-1. Diaz is batting fifth. Michael Harris the second is in the sixth hole. Book of Eli batting seventh. Dominic Smith's your designated hitter and batting eighth. And Wisely, the second baseman, is batting ninth. The 2-1. Outside wide ball, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Brings it right there for a strike on the upper top of the zone on the outer edge. Full count. Of course, Ozzie Albies is in the World Baseball Classic, so that's why Wisely is in second base today. Is the 3-2 pitch swing. That ball's going to drop for a base hit, and Dubon has got himself a leadoff single for your Atlanta Braves. Good piece of hitting there.
Hitting? Not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Drake Baldwin, your batter, lefty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging. That ball's going to get sliced towards left center field. And coming over, making the running catch in left field is Clase. One away. Left to right in the outfield, Clase, Straw, and Sanchez. Left to right around the horn, Barger, Nimala, Schneider, and Keys. Heineman's behind the plate, and Dylan Cease is the pitcher. Well, Dylan Cease was supposed to be the pitcher. It is now Eric Lauer. I have Dylan Cease written on my card. Thought we were going to get a good old-fashioned showdown here of Cease versus Sale. That's who they originally had there. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. 1 on, 1 out. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Pitch right there on the outer edge. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. You know what is so slow guys in here trying to troll. You know what's never been said on social media, in the history of social media? Your World Series champion, Toronto Blue Jays. The 0-2 count, swing, bangs it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. Runner at first, one out, standing on deck is Riley, and then you got Yaz in the hole. He was supposed to be in the lineup yesterday and was scratched for a family matter, and evidently he's back in the lineup, so it must not have been too serious, thankfully. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down. Braves nothing, Jays nothing. We're here in the bottom of the first inning, and the WBC starts tomorrow as the USA making their run. His first pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. I do wonder how Canada will fare in the WBC. Hopefully it works out better for them than the hockey. The 1-0 pitch. High and inside, ball 2, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Good steady breeze here at Northport. The 2-0 pitch. Bender up top there for a strike to Austin Riley. Austin Riley digging in on the 2-1 pitch. And high and out of the zone. Ball 3, 3-1. Austin Riley said he wanted a different look, so he's grown his hair out in the beard. Almost like Samson trying to get his power. He's only batting .231 here in spring training. He might need to get that dome shaved. The 3-1 pitch. High and out of the zone, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. And the man who has been extremely hot this spring is coming to the plate in the form of the Yaz. First pitch on the way to the Yaz on a lefty-lefty matchup is a Bender up there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it away. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Runners at first and second and 2 away. The pitch, outside wide. Four-seam fastball. He's registering his fastball in the low 90s today. A 1-2 count, 2 on, 2 out. The pitch on the way. Swing, slices it towards left field, and coming in making the running catch in left is Clase. We'll be back in a flash. It's 0-0 your score. Top of the second we go here on the BCR.
Why do Americans not use an electric kettle?
I'll tell you why Americans don't use an electric kettle. Wait, can I say this as a British person? Yeah, because they're too busy throwing the tea in the arbour.
And pedicure?
Yeah, the boys get pedicure.
Not this boy. Not this one right here.
Dang. So I'm inviting you on a date, but we could go get our feet done. And you turn it down?
No, it's my look. You know listen, you know I love spending time with you, right? I do. And you know I love spending time with you, right?
Okay.
So, and you know I would never turn down a free opportunity to spend with my mama, but a pedicure? Like, they got arcades. We could go to an arcade and see a movie.
But no, I'm not understanding what's wrong with you getting your feet.
Why would I get my feet touched by another person?
Hey.
I barely touch my own feet.
Hey, I'm that chicken guy and I'm at Guy Fieri's place, or Fieri. You know, it depends on how you spell it and how you say it. But swear to God, 2 chicken sandwiches, 2 waters, $70. This guy. Oh, by the way, you want sauces on your thing? They're $1 a piece. You, Guy.
It was unreal. It was just happening.
All of a sudden, after the All-Star game, we won 10 in a row. So that was like a miracle. That's when we knew we really had a chance to really win this thing.
Suddenly, Boston found themselves in the middle of a pennant race, one for the ages, with 4 teams vying for the American League flag: Boston, Chicago, Detroit, and the Minnesota Twins.
We had radios going on in the locker rooms trying to pick up games of which team is doing what. Boy, there was a lot of scoreboard watching going on during the course of the season.
Welcome back. Chris Sale goes back to work. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is right down the pipe for a strike to Jesus Sanchez. Old friend here in Braves country. It's 0-1. The 0-1 count. They got Dale Murphy in the dugout today as the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. There's some rough streets in Jacksonville to be careful. The 0-2, high and out of the zone, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Real quick, some of the ones that we may not have hit as we were coming in on the roll call. Is the 1-2 down the way.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
The 2-2. Check swing. Did he go around? I guess he held up. 3-2. We see 904 in here. A&W. PETA. No Chop Shop was in here. Shellen as the 3-2 pitch is swung on and sliced towards left field. That'll get down for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for the Jays. Richard. I hope I'm pronouncing Shellen. Partridge. Lee Saul. Travis. Good to see you, Travis. Long time, no time. Snap. Sale back to work as Heineman, the batter, lefty righty. The first pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Chase the sinker off the plate. The 0-1. Brings it. Check swing. Did not go around. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves nothing, Jays nothing. Top of the second inning. 1 on, nobody out. Infield back into the left. Double play depth. And Sale's going to flip a throw over to first real quick. That was more of a pickoff move we've seen from Sale all spring. He's starting to warm that up as we get ready for opening day. Did not get his man, but he was leaning a bit. The 1-1 pitch. And runner goes. Here comes the throw down to second base, and they got him. Smoke him if you got him. He got him. Drake with the good throw. And a great tag by Wisely as he wisely tagged him on the wallet before he could touch the pillow. He tries to tag him up top, he's going to be safe, but he just went down and got him just before he could hit the bag. We have not seen any replays here in the spring, so I think they've eliminated that. They're focusing on the ABS system. Who we got? We got Slow in here, and who else have we missed? It's a 2-1 pitch is swung on and lifted up. High chopper over towards the mound. Sale backpedals and grabs it and then sticks it in his pocket. That is two difficult plays he's had come back to the mound in this spring. I mean, we got to get this guy bubble wrapped to opening day. Last thing we need is him making diving attempts out there, breaking a rib like he did last year. Gary the Real McCoy, JC. Pitch on the way is right there for a strike. Lefty-righty matchup, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 12 guys to the WBC? Man, that's a lot. So an 0-2 count. Braves don't tend to lend their pitchers out, but we do have a couple of everyday players that are at the WBC. This is the 1-2 outside wide. Jimenez, the batter. Lefty-righty matchup. Eloy Jimenez, that is. He was once a big-time prospect, trying to make his way back into an everyday lineup somewhere. The 1-2. Fouls it back, will do it again. Seriously doubt he makes the cut for the Bluejays, but you never know. One-two count. And Sale steps off the rubber but holds on to the ball. So that will count as a move. Runner at first leaning. The 1-2 from Sale. Turns and burns. Swing. That ball is sliced into right field, and that's down for a base hit. Trying to go corner to corner. Here comes the throw to third. Eli, decent throw, but the runner's in there with ease. And runners on the corners with one away. It's expected Chris Sale will be your everyday ace, and he will grab the ball on March 27th when the season gets going against the Royals at home in Atlanta. We've been pushed back 24 hours, so make sure to jot that down if you're planning on watching the game or going to the game. When we were at the spring training game against Minnesota the other day, people who were sitting next to us, they had tickets to opening day. They didn't know that it had been moved. As the first pitch is right there on the outer edge for a strike, it's 0-1. I don't know how they missed the memo, but they were talking about how they were going to opening day, and I was just asking them if they cared if it was better or worse for them as the 0-1 outside wide 1-1. And the guy looked at me and goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, we're supposed to play at 4 o'clock on opening day. They moved it back to Friday night instead. And he looked at his buddies and goes, "Did y'all know that?" The 1-1 count. Swing, lifts it high and deep into left field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall. That'll score a run, but it'll stay in the park, and the throw comes down to second. And just barely in time is Jimenez to second base, and the Blue Jays lead it 1-0, top of the second. Play was much closer than it should have been. The hopper into the glove as Jimenez slid in, just beat it out. Runner at second, 2 out. The first pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Chris Sale starting them off with the slider. The 1-0. Comes set. Slaps that slider in for a strike this time. 1-1. The 1-1. Jimenez on second, 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off that changeup. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count, Namala. Shortstop today for the Toronto Blue Jays. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider down below the knees. Swing and a miss. We'll be back in a flash. 1-0 your score. Braves grab the sticks, heading to the bottom of 2.
I did not mean to push all of your buttons. I was just looking for the mute.
What's the most overrated dog breed?
Frenchies.
What's the most overrated dog breed?
Overrated? Doodle.
Aaron, most overrated dog breed?
Overrated?
Yes.
French Bulls.
Most overrated dog breed?
Overrated? Golden Doodles.
Alright, what's the most overrated dog breed?
Any doodle. Ever. Any doodle.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying you and your girlfriend's an idiot. Today you just lectured for an hour. You just gave me a whole big story on how there's a gender pay gap and women get paid less than men. It's proven all over the planet. Yesterday, you and your same girlfriends told me for 2 hours how there's no such thing as gender, how everything's fluid. There's no such thing as gender. So now there's no such thing as gender yesterday, but today there's a gender pay gap. So if there's no such thing as gender, then the reason you're getting paid less is what? Because you're stupid? Because if you tell me you're getting paid less because you're a woman, I'm going to refer you to yesterday's discussion where there was no thing as gender. Pick one and stick to it. You hypocrites, every one of you.
Right in the thick of it were the 65 AL pennant winners, powered by their leader, Harmon Killebrew.
He just put us on his back and just carried us. We needed those big blasts coming off of his bat.
And in Detroit, the Tigers were on a roll.
It may be a triple play. They did it!
While in Chicago, the pitchers for the first place White Sox were getting stronger.
It's a no-hitter for Harder.
And to stay in the race, Boston needed Lonborg, Yaz, and Tony C to stay hot.
High fly ball to left field. Will Willie have room? He don't. Into the netting for a home run.
What's for dinner? Hey,
Welcome
chef,
back.
what's for
Lefty-lefty matchup is the first pitch on the way to Michael Harris the second. Down and away for a strike. It's 0-1. Swing, chops it over towards second. That ball's going to get almost through the hole. Stumbling and bumbling and finally getting the hold of the ball is Schneider. Keeps it from going to right field, but it's going to be an infield single for Michael Harris the second. So they'll probably score that as an infield single. But honest engine, if you're watching this at home and following along, you can put that on.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
He thought the first baseman, Keys, was going to get a hold of the ball and make an effort. He kind of slowed up, and the next thing you know, he said, I got it, you get it. 1-0 outside wide for a ball. As the first pitch misses high and away. Lauer going with the slider. The 1-0, flips it over to first real quick. Lefty soft toss over to first base. Lauer's at 15 pitches as we just begin the bottom of the second inning. Lauer comes set, kicks and brings it. Swing and a miss. Pumped a fastball right there on the outer edge, right by Eli. Eli must have been sitting on the bender. Harris with good speed at first. Eli the same at the plate. The 1-1. Lauer's going to flip it over there again. The 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Yes, Logo. Normally when you go on your spring training games on the road, you don't bring your starting rotation. The 1-2 pitch, high and out of the zone. Runner goes. The throw is down to second base, and it's going to be a stolen base for Michael Harris II. Good jump there and a poor throw down to second base, and Harris is in scoring position. Nobody out. The 2-2 count. Swing pops it up. That should be an easy playable, very shallow hit into shallow right field. It is. Drifting back, making the catch is Schneider. One away. Good to see you, Uncle Charlie. Welcome in. Dominic Smith is the batter. Last season with San Francisco, batted 284 with 5 home runs and a 750 OPS. He could be a candidate to meet as the first pitch on the way is swung on and pops it up, back out of play. Or will it stay in play? Giving chase is Heineman. It'll just bend into the seats. 0-1. Dominic Smith could be a candidate to make the final roster spot to be a designated hitter. That's been one of the things brought up, but I don't know if I buy it because you really need a right-handed stick. But I guess there's been a lot of folks that have been, first of all, if you missed it, Andrew McCutchen was signed yesterday by Texas as the 0-1 pitch, high and inside. Fastball misses, 1-1. So he is off the board. That was one of the targets people were talking about as signing as a short-term solution until Kim and Murphy come back off the IL as the 1-1 pitch. Swing, slice it foul, 1-2. Braves country today comes your way tomorrow at noon, and then remember tomorrow it's going to be a long broadcast. 6 p.m. the Braves are against the Twins, and then we're going to transition over at 7:30 to bring you USA versus Brazil in the World Baseball Classic. The 1-2, outside wide, 2-2. Two count. Lefty. The pitch on the way. Swing. Bangs that foul over the third base dugout. And it's not that Smith isn't a decent enough player. He's got a good glove, number one, at first. He has proven that over the years. In fact, when he was going head-to-head with Pete Alonso way back when, the beginning of their careers, the argument for Dominic Smith, back when they platooned, was that Smith had a much better glove than Alonso. And for a while, there were people who were in the Smith camp, but that kind of goes back to the Camargo-Riley argument. It came about the same time period as the 2-2. Just below the knees. Full count. So a full count now. Michael Harris is second, standing at second. The problem with Smith is defensively, he only gives you first base as a 3-2. Swing, lifts it. High, into left field, drifting in, making the catch. For out number 2, F7 in your scorecard, Class A. So the problem with bringing in Dominic Smith is A, he only gives you first base, and Matt Olson plays every day. And then B, he doesn't give you that right-handed platoon bat off the bench. Most of the guys the Braves have in camp that would be a good argument are left-handed. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss up top. For a strike, it's 0-1. Just like Gamble, who can play the outfield. In a perfect world, they're able to stash Smith down at AAA, and then if something were to happen to Olsen, you would bring him up, but he might elect to become a free agent if he doesn't make the team. The 0-1. I'll tell you what, Blue is pinching the zone here. 1-1. Is that four-seamer? Had a little bit of a sink, almost like a two-seam. He says it missed the zone. 1-1 count. Swing, fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Jays 1, Braves nothing. Runner at second, 2 outs. We're just here in the bottom of the second inning, just getting going here in Braves country. And this year on the BCR, we're going to be bringing you 2 to 3 out-of-town doubleheaders every single week. Is the 1-2, misses high, 2-2. We plan on bringing quite a bit of Toronto Blue Jays your way when it fits in the schedule. We'll be announcing those games being broadcasted every week on a post here on the channel. The 2-2, caught looking, strike 3, banged a sinker right there at the bottom of the zone, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the third. Blue Jays lead the Braves by 1.
Hey!
What's going down?
Well, I'll tell you what's going down.
What?
You know that they've installed a camera here at this red light here?
Oh my God!
Yeah, and it takes a picture whenever anybody runs a red light. You know that now,
awesome.
right?
It's like the future.
It is
here.
awesome.
So you know why we're here.
The photos. You know why we're here now, don't you?
Why? Was there a fire?
You've been charging $3. You run up when the car's at the red light, and you give a HJ during the red light.
That's not something that I would ever do.
No, except that we got about
38 photographs of you, and that's only last night.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about.
We're talking about you giving hand jobs, $3 a pop.
Okay, a hand job is still a job, okay?
She called me a piece of liar, and it was on.
It was on? What's that mean?
That means I got up in her face, and when I did, she grabbed me by the hair, and when she grabbed me by the hair and we went down, I punched her in the mouth. She pushed me, and I went off.
Did you hit her with a can of corn?
Can of corn.
She grabs a can of corn and she hit me, and I saw stars. And then I looked on the floor, there was corn everywhere. I didn't even know I was bleeding.
Yeah, Timmy said that you're a redneck. That's
yes,
what he said, because he said you jumped on her like a grown man.
She hit me.
Yeah, you have every right to defend yourself, but he said you took care of yourself pretty well.
Yeah, until I got hit with a can of corn.
One of my first practice sessions with him, he was wide left and wide right, and I'm going, and I'm watching, and not saying a whole lot, trying to just watch him and learn. And he looked at me and he goes, "What'd you think of that session?" And I said, "Well, to be honest with you, I didn't think it was very good." He goes, "I didn't either." And he come out the next day, didn't miss his target one time, hit it every single time. He did that on purpose. I guarantee you, he wanted to know if I was going to be a pitching coach, like any 99% of the others would have told him, "Oh, don't worry, it's the first day. We're just getting loose, blah, 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 blah," But I told him the truth. We hit it off after that.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Welcome back. Chris Sale goes back to work as we begin the top of the third inning. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is swung on and banged back foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Chipper Jones hanging out in the dugout again today. It's all fun and games, but we'd love to see these guys more involved during the regular season. As the 0-1 pitch. Inside. 1-1. He is really pinching the zone. They're having a little issue with the StatCast, so it's coming and going. Depending on the at-bat. The 1-1 pitch just misses. Ball 2-1. 2-1 count. Sale kicks and fires, swing and a miss, 94. Right down the pipe on the intercut. That'll even it up. Sale comes set. Drake outside the pitch. Swing, fouls it back. 96 in on the hands, down low. And it'll go over the third base dugout, foul and out of play. The 2-2 count. Caught looking strike three. Flipped a frisbee slider in there and froze him at the knees. One away. Good pitch by Sale. He must have been sitting on the hard stuff because he didn't even move an inch. Braves will start out at home this year, which is very much welcomed after that disaster of a start last year where they went 0-7 going out there to the West Coast and not even getting a day off during the entire trip against the Dodgers and the Padres. The 0-1 pitch is a slider at the knees. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Swing, lifts it over the head of the infield, down for a base hit, and it's a one-out single for the Blue Jays. It's a hanging slider that he just kind of lifted. Miles Straw lifted it over the shortstop's head. Dubon gave it an effort, but just out his outstretched glove. Lefty-lefty matchup is Barger, the batter, swing, and he's going to dribble it down the third base line against the shift. Nobody over there, and that's going to be an easy double. And the Blue Jays have first and second, one out. Barger, who's known as a pull hitter, and his swing, he was trying to pull the ball, but it corkscrewed off the end of the bat. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. As soon as he realized that thing was going to stay fair, he bolted out of the box. Top of the third inning. Second and third, one out. First pitch on the way is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Schneider, the batter. Kicks and fires. Just misses the outer black. 2-0. 2-0 count. Chris Sale fires one up there, high and out of the zone, ball 3-0. So he's in danger of walking the bases loaded here with one out. And in a real game situation, you wouldn't mind it because you've got the left-hander Sanchez on deck, and it would set up a double play at every base. The 3-0, swing and a miss. Fastball right there on the outer edge. 96 miles an hour. He was bringing it. So a 3-1 count. Jays 1, Braves nothing. Sale. At 45 pitches, the 3-1 pitch. Slaps a slider there at the knees. He must have been looking for the fastball, taken all the way. Full count, runners at second and third and one out. Standing on deck is Jesus Sanchez. Chris Sale comes set and brings it. Down below the knees. Ball 4. He was trying to get him to chase. No dice, and the bases are loaded. The left-hander Sanchez coming to the plate. Looks like Hefner, the pitching coach, is coming out there. I don't know if it's to pull Sale or if it's just looks like he's having more of a conversation. He's at the point in the spring where you expect him to throw a few more pitches than where he's at. I think in a perfect world they'd like to get him at least through this inning, if not in through the fourth, depending on how long this one goes. Once again, 47 pitches with one out here in the third, which is a high count unless you get a quick double play. Jesus Sanchez, the batter, lefty-lefty. Kicks and fires, swing, and a miss. Sinker. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Jesus Sanchez, Braves fans will remember him. Is the 0-1 pitch inside, 1-1. He was in Braves spring training camp last year. Was hoping to make the team, never did. One count. Brings it, swing, chopper, and just what the doctor ordered. A 4-6-3 inning-ending rally-killing double play. We'll head to break. Atlanta Braves trail the Toronto Blue Jays 1-0. We head to the bottom of 3.
If you put a nail in a hole, shut up. And you hammer it, shut up. It might not go all the way in the first time. Shut up.
The 4-beat movement. I made my man screech like a eagle last night. We are free.
It's so hot. You think it's hot today? Just wait till you go to hell for abandoning your kids.
Suspect thinks a bottle of wine a night is okay because she deserves it. Suspect thinks the District of Columbia is in the ocean. Suspect does Pilates once a week, but it's her whole personality. Suspect said she needs to sell more cars, but I catch her scrolling TikTok all day. Suspect thinks that because she's the first female sales manager, she can lose money on every deal.
I just need y'all to know something. I ain't built for no soft man. I'm mouthy, I talk back, and I don't listen. Honey, you get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit.
Oh, honey, the only thing that you need to be mindful of is that I can go from fun to feral to federal real fast. Real fast.
You try not to let it get too personal, but it was hard. I mean, it was hard. First time I ever got booed, but talk about really wanting to win a game.
Back to the mound, could get 2. There's 1, there's 2.
The wind was blowing in, and it was the perfect pitching atmosphere at Wrigley Field.
Struck him out.
The way Maddox is throwing, the Cubs have their work cut out for them.
You could tell it was personal.
Line drive, easy out. He swung at another bad ball. 3-2. Struck him out. Booze or no booze, Maddox really looks invincible.
Pitched a shutout, which is pretty much all he did every year, 8 innings of shutout ball.
You know, you try not to let it get too personal, but yeah, that was a tough game for me. I was probably one of the best wins I've ever had personally.
Basically, it started a 3-year run of, unprecedented baseball.
Here's the 1-2. Struck him out. A 1-2-3 inning for Greg Maddox with a couple of strikeouts.
The best free agent signed in the offseason by any team in the major leagues. No argument here.
What's for
Welcome
dinner?
back.
Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
1-0 count to Mauricio Dubon is taken outside for a ball. It's 2-0. What's for dinner? What's for lunch? Chop Shop's eating a steak burrito. I got cheese and crackers because I didn't plan well. The 2-0. Right there for a strike on the outer edge, four-seam fastball. 2-1. The thing I like about Dubon that we've seen, we know he's not going to hit for a high average or high power, but he does seem to give you good professional at-bats, and that's going to be welcomed after some of the stuff we've seen over the last few years. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifts it into left center field. That's going to die at the feet of the left fielder, Clase, and it's a leadoff single for your Atlanta Braves. Good piece of hitting there.
Hitting? Not about my Simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
So 2 for 2 on the day by Dubon. He's expected to see a ton of action early on with Hassan Kim being out. First pitch on the way, and Dubon takes off. The throw is down to second base, not in time, and it's a stolen base by Dubon. Good jump there, and it was a late throw. So Dubon with 2 singles and a stolen base. The 1-0 pitch, swings, slices it back foul to Drake Baldwin. Back to the backstop, it's 1-1. One count. Swing lifted high into right field, going back on the track, making the catch at the warning track for a loud out number 1. F9 in your scorecard. It was hit deep enough where Dubon quickly tags second and comes down to third. So we've got a runner in scoring position. You can score on a fly ball. Number of ways from third base with only 1 out. Good piece of hitting there by Drake Baldwin. It's not all about getting a base hit every time. It's just moving the runners when you can. I think that's going to be it for Lauer. He's at 46 pitches. They probably had him capped at around 45. So we'll be back in a flash. Left-hander coming in from the pen, I should say, when we return here on the BCR. Welcome back. First pitch to Matt Olson. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Coleman, the left-hander, in for the Toronto Blue Jays. As the 0-1 pitch is popped up. High in the sky. Should be an easy, lazy fly ball. If they can find it, they can't find it. The ball's going to drop for a base hit, and the Braves will score a run. No, he doesn't. Dubon does not score on that play. Are you kidding me? So Olson continued to run around. It's going to be a double. You won't see that every day. A double does not produce an RBI from third base. But the ball came in, and The wind was pushing it down. Center fielder Straw could not get to it in time. By the time he located, it looks like he might have lost it in the sun a little bit as well. And Dubon was stuck between a rock and a hard place. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley. It's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. There became a point where you realize he wasn't going to catch it, but I don't know if Dubon could see it from his vantage point. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. So they're probably more to do with the fact that it's spring training, but better safe than sorry. Austin Riley. The good news about that is Olsen did not stop at first, so the double play is not in order with 1 out. The 1-1 pitch, swing, rifles it back, foul. It's 1-2. With Profar being out of the plans for the Braves, I think you can see our lineup looking pretty similar to opening day, except for the fact that it'd be Acuna leading off, not Dubon, is the 1-2. Swing, fouls it back. Fully expect it to be, now that there's no argument about where you put Profar, it'll be Acuna, Drake, Olsen, and then Riley. 1-1 count. 1-2 count, excuse me. Swing, lifts it high and deep into center field. This should be enough to get Dubon in. Charging and throwing it home. Here comes the throw way off the mark, and it gets away. The ball gets away. Olsen thinks about heading home. He takes a wide turn, but standing there is Coleman to prevent the ball from getting too far away, and racing back to the plate is Heineman, and the Braves have tied it up 1-1. Good situational hitting there by Austin Riley. Good base running by Dubon. That wind is really pushing that ball down. We saw it yesterday when Olsen single should have been a home run. Most first pitch on the way is right inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Mike Yastrzemski, your batter. Lefty-lefty matchup, the 0-1. Swing, rips it over towards second. Schneider is going to have to spin, turn, flip it, and it's a 4-3 put out. Good defense over there by the Jays. 1-1 your score. We go to the top of the fourth here in Braves country.
I can't believe you voted for Trump. He's a felon.
Yeah, well, so is your baby daddy, but you still let him in your Oval Office.
I love going to the airport. You get to start off your vacation with excitement and extreme anxiety, and the airport's like, if you forgot anything, don't worry about it, because we'll sell it to you for 15 times the price. And you get to eat a hamburger at 8 a.m. and nobody cares. And you get to see people sleeping on the floor and in chairs in unnatural positions, and you get to do an x-ray and wonder how much they can see. And when you get into the wrong line by accident, someone will be like, yeah! And you're like, ugh. And then they're like, take off your shoes and drink all your liquids now. And then you get to go to the gate and they're like, whoops, we sold your seat 3 times, but you can paper, rock, scissors with the other people. So I love going to the airport.
Comes to Atlanta, blends in, and just continues to do his thing.
It's just ground ball after ground ball after ground ball.
Greg was one of those guys. When he pitched, it was fun to watch. It was intriguing to watch, to see what he did and how it worked and why it worked.
How could the Cubs let this guy go?
Got it. What a job. He's the best, folks. He is the best.
I'll tell you what, the Braves made a big investment in him, but he is quickly paying dividends.
He's pitching at the top of the rotation for one of the best teams in baseball. He was the stopper of losing streaks. He was the extender of winning streaks.
There is the best pitcher on the planet. He is a treat to watch operate.
He was completely magical on the mound in the sense of he was throwing the same baseball as everybody else, but it did different things for him.
I'll still recall the 19-2 season. Nobody could touch him.
Line drive back to Maddox.
In the era that we pitched, he was almost perfection.
Welcome back. Spencer Strider's going to come into the game, so this is a treat. We didn't expect to see him today. Strider taking over on a 1-1 game as Chris Sale is out of the ball game, and Strider making his second appearance of the spring in an actual spring training game. He's been pitching on the side. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. That came in at 95 miles an hour. They've asked Strider about his velocity, and he's joked around about basically how he would like to. Is the 1-0. High and outside, ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Pitch on the way, swing, lifted, down the right field side, bending foul. It's going to fall harmlessly to the turf as Eli had a long way to go. Two-one count. Swing, fouls it back. 2-2. Braves 1, Jays none. Braves 1, Jays 1. Top of 4, a 2-2 count. Spencer Strider in for Chris Sale, the 2-2. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Good to see you, Denise. The 2-2 pitch, swing, lifts it. Down the right field side, drifting over, making the running catch. F9 your scorecard. The Book of Eli, one away. So is 24 and 30 the only options? There's no in between somewhere? There's not like a 5-minute or something? I've never looked at it. I'm just curious. 30 minutes seems extreme. I mean, he was being a jerk, but he wasn't, saying ugly things to people. Eloy Jimenez swings at the first pitch and bangs it foul in between home and third. It's 0-1. I was just wondering if they had like a 3-minute, 5-minute type thing, or does it just jump straight to 30 minutes? The 0-1 count, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And look, we're not judging. I'm just curious on why he went to. It's almost like giving someone a manslaughter charge for, jaywalking. The 0-2 count. Do y'all like those Braves spring training hats? Because I don't know. Or the MLB spring training hats in general, because they're all the same as the 0-2. Chops it deep into the hole to third. Riley fires it across the diamond. That's going to be a nice-looking 5-3 put-out. He threw that on a dime. I mean, that throw hit Matt Olson right across the chest. Welcome back, A&W. Hopefully everything's okay. First pitch up top to start the at-bat to Clase is out there for a strike. It's 0-1. As soon as I saw this guy's last name, I thought to myself, FBI needs to be investigating this guy. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. One count. Swing, slices it foul. 1-2. Okay, now I'm seeing, there's like a 5-minute, 10-minute. She said it was either that or 24 hours. Like there was no in between. The 1-2 count. Upstairs. I thought that was odd. I was like, man, if they go straight to 30 minutes, like most, you might as well just go ahead and boot them because you're not waiting around 30 minutes to make your comment again. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Braves set the Jays down in order. Spencer Strider looking pretty good. Velocity up pretty high. That was 96 miles an hour, his last fastball in this inning. And we'll be back in a flash here on the BCR.
Ain't a whole lot I'd do for a Klondike bar, but I'd do some questionable for a boat.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Gibby.
She doesn't speak English.
I'm still Gibby.
Another victory for the Irish. We get 15 minutes more sunlight in winter than the English. The UK gets dark at 7 minutes to 4. What a joke. We're all laughing at you. Whereas in lovely Ireland, it's 8 minutes past 4. I'd say on a sunny winter's day, it could even stretch to 9 or 10 minutes past 4. You literally don't even need the sun after this. When have you ever done something at 11 minutes past 4? It's dangerous to be working hard that late. Alright then, Ireland, what are you doing then? We're grinding for another few minutes. Get into bed and eat your Savoy sausage. And look at Sweden. They don't even make it to 3 o'clock in the day. All the tax you're paying and you can't even get a bit of sunlight. Typical Spain hogging all the sun. 9 minutes to 6. That's practically the middle of the night. That's no time for sun. How are you supposed to sleep?
I remember one time he spoke to our pitchers in spring training, and he looked at them all. He goes, "You know why I'm a millionaire?" He said, "Because I can throw my fastball where I want to." He says, "You know why I got beachfront property in L.A.? Because I can change speeds." So then you looked at the pitchers and you said, "Fellas, it's not rocket science here."
He saw baseball in a way that other players and pitchers never did. He had a great line that the job of a pitcher, make the balls look like strikes and the strikes look like balls. Nobody ever did that better than Greg Maddux.
That is clearly not a strike till about 5-6 feet in front of the plate.
He wanted your catcher to align his body, the center of his body, on the corner. If it's a borderline strike, they're going to call it a strike. He said, so we need to create an illusion.
Welcome back. Braves and Jays 1-1. I just realized that, we got some hanging judges here for the BCR. They take them straight to the 30 minutes. I don't know if y'all ever heard that term before. Way back in the day, they used to call them hanging judges, where it was up to them back then if they would hang or not hang, and there were certain judges they always hung. First pitch on the way is a fastball inside to Michael Harris' second. Just misses. 1-0. Harris 1 for 1 with the stolen base. The 1-0. High and out of the zone, 2-0. Every time I think I might want to live in Ireland, I hear that clip. I put it in the chat, but that the sun setting at just a few minutes past 4 o'clock is just, that's a nightmare. It's the 2-0. Fouls it back to him. And I get it, during the wintertime, they're much further away from the sun than we are down here in the south. But I do remember when I lived a little further north up in Tennessee for a long time, man, as the 2-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Knuckle curve in the dirt, 2-2. Varland is the pitcher now for the Toronto Blue Jays. I remember it would get dark in the early part of the winter. It would get dark between 4:30 and 5, which was ridiculous. Is the 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. I don't remember, but I mean, John can probably tell us. It must be similar up there in New York. I don't remember when I lived up there when the sun set. Is the 3-2 swing, chops it over to third. It's going to be a 5-3 put out. No way. I only spent one go around in the seasons there, so I had a much better time in the summer than I did in the winter, so I kind of blocked that out of my memory. Alaska. Oof. I would go insane in Alaska, because you're talking about it being dark or light all the time, and I just don't think you could decipher what the hell was going on. First pitch on the way is swung on and ripped down the third base line. That's a fair ball. That is a fair ball. And the Book of Eli's booking it, heading it towards second. He'll get there with these, thinking about going 3, but he pulls up, and your Atlanta Braves have something working here in the bottom of the 4th. Good hard hit ball down the line.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us.
That'll bring Dom Smith to the plate, lefty or righty-lefty matchup. First pitch is a bender there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Y'all have seen that show I was talking about before, not today, but the day before, Paradise, where they live in that alternative world, and as the 0-1 pitch, woo, ball, that ball is smoked, high and dry, zip, boom, bam, it's gone, ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 2-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have put it on the board. It's 3-1, son. How about that? A bullet, a bomb. Oh my, was that a big fly? See, we'll have the numbers on it today. They were struggling with it yesterday. I'd more be interested in what the evo was on that, because the exit velocity, that ball was tattooed. It hit the top of essentially what would be the chop house if we were at home. They have a building right behind there. I'm not sure what that is. We didn't make it over there during the game we went to. Wisely, the batter takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swing, dribbles it over towards second base, and it's a 4-3 put out. 2 down. Dubon, the batter. Mauricio Dubon, who's 2 for 2 on the day, stands in. And the pitch misses down below the knees. It's 1-0. Louis Varland, key part of the Jays bullpen last year, is the 1-0 down and away, 2-0. We saw this team quite a bit as we brought you the entire World Series and ALCS. We did quite a few games right before they got there. The 2-0 count, outside wide, 3-0. I'd say they're the favorite this year for the American League the American League pennant. But I do think a couple of teams are going to be breathing down their neck a little more than last year. Is the 3-0. Inside, ball 4, and Dubon will head on down to first. So it's a 2-out walk. Drake Baldwin will come to the plate now. Quick mound visit. Bluejays battery having a quick, probably going over the scouting report of Drake Baldwin. Baldwin, 19 home runs last year and 80 RBI. An 810 OPS, good enough for National League Rookie of the Year. First pitch to the Drake is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Bender way outside wide, ball 2-0. 2-0 count, 3-1 your score, bottom of the fourth, 2 outs. Jays had the early 1-0 lead. As the 2-0 swing, slices it over towards over the second base bag, but right into the glove of Namala. So L6 in your scorecard. We'll be back in a flash. We head to the 5th inning. The Braves jump up on top. It's 3-1 here in Braves country.
Suspect pretends to be allergic to pine needles so he can never have a real Christmas tree.
Suspect insists having the AC on in the car even though it's snowing outside.
I get car sick. Suspect continues to tell dad jokes even though nobody laughs at him anymore.
Yes, they do. Suspect goes and buys more Christmas tree ornaments even though we have 2 full bins full.
They were on sale. Suspect thinks he's so cool because he backs into every single parking spot no matter how hard it is.
When you look annoyed all the time, people think that you're busy.
Moving on, were we looking with the client slide deck? Because I would love to get that by EOD if possible.
Yeah, no, we should be all set for end of December. I just talked to the team and we should have it by New Year. Yeah.
No, I'm going to stop you right there. EOD means end of day. It is imperative that we get that by the end of day.
Yeah, they emailed me about that this morning. So, okay, end of day, end of December. You see how that's confusing, right? I mean... No, I explained this in the HR memo when, like, you tried to reschedule our morning meeting to start back up in January. Like, this 5 weeks, we're working. Like, this is not paid time off. All right, well,
This is literally 3 slides.
I like to tell people, I never saw Van Gogh paint, but I saw Greg Maddux pitch, and that's what it was like.
Watch this ball move.
You were watching an artist at work.
When Greg Maddux gets ahead of you, you will see some funny-looking swings.
I never saw so many hitters get so frustrated, you know. He made them frustrated.
He's a poker player, the way he calculates. I've never heard another pitcher talk about finding outs. He would say there are 27 outs out there. You've got to find those 27 outs.
It was just trying to understand how hitters see the ball, and then what can I do with the ball to try to trick them. If I'm going to throw a changeup, I know it's not worth it unless I've thrown a low fastball for a strike. I have no way to trick the hitter. You know, you can't go fishing without bait. You got to bait the hook.
Welcome back. Braves taking a 3-1 lead. Strider back out there on the bump for inning number 2 of his appearance. First pitch on the way is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 outside wide ball 2-0. Spencer Strider has given up 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 inning. 3. Ball 3, 3-0. So a 3-0 count. If you're just joining us, the Atlanta Braves took a 2-run lead on a 2-run home run by Dominic Smith. 3-0. So we start out here with a 4-pitch walk. So expect all over your social media, everybody will want to give Dominic Smith that final roster spot and want to lock him up to a long-term deal. So just get ready for it. First pitch on the way, drops right there for a curveball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Runner at first, nobody out. The pitch from Strider. Down and in. 1-1. Struggling with his control a little bit here in the early going of the 5th inning. Looked pretty sharp in the 4th when he came in for Chris Sale. Chris Sale, 3 innings, 2 strikeouts, a walk, 5 hits, and gave up a run. The 1-1 pitch, swing. That ball is roped down the right field line. That's down for a base hit. Double up against the wall, and here comes the throw to the infield, hitting the cutoff man, and the runners will stay at second and third, but there's nobody out for the Toronto Blue Jays. So second and third. Nobody out. Miles Straw at the plate. First pitch on the way. Fastball misses his spot. That time 97 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Talking about this for a second earlier, but Strider has made some comments. I think he's basically tired of people asking about his velo. So he's made some kind of tongue-in-cheek type comments about that. Three to 1 your score. The 2-0 pitch. Swing, fouls it back, 2-1. Braves 3, Blue Jays 1. The tying run is at second base. The 2-1 just misses outside. Ball 3-1. I'd kind of like to see Strider just be aggressive. You know, the results don't really matter. You just want to see him go after these guys. It's the 3-1 right there for a strike. Full count. It's not like he's going to lose his spot in the rotation. And just get it out of his head of the nibbling that we've seen him do over the years, where he gets a high pitch count early in games. The payoff, swing, chops it foul. I do believe that Hefner's going to get a big improvement out of a lot of these pitchers. Of course, it remains to be seen, but I would just tend to think that that's going to be the case. The payoff pitch, swing, rips it down the third base line, but foul. Braves 3, Jays 1, nobody out for the Blue Jays. Runners at second and third. We're here in the top of the fifth inning. The 3-2 swing and a miss, strike three. Chase one off the plate. Slider down and away, one down. Filthy pitch. Spencer Strider comes set. Brings the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Addison Barger, the batter. Left-handed bat. Strider with his high socks from the right side brings it, and the slider's down and in. Ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Strider comes set. Here's the pitch. High and out of the zone. Around eye level. Ball 3-0. Standing on deck is Schneider. In the hole is Sanchez. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for Toronto. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Atlanta. Top of the fifth inning. Infield is back and to the right. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider. Coming in at 84 miles an hour. So we're talking about a little over a 10-mile-an-hour difference between that slider and that and the fastball is a 3-1 pitch. Swing. Bangs that foul. Another slider, but this time down and away. The 3-2. Strider, by the way, 34 pitches here in his second inning of work. Once again, getting an incredibly high pitch count. This is 3-2. Peppers it foul. Gets that a lot. It's something he's got to overcome, because if he's ever going to get to where he's considered an elite pitcher once again, he's got to go deeper in games. And we saw it all last year, and I chalked a lot of it up to injuries. The payoff pitch, swing, bangs that foul down the left field line. But you can't consistently be coming out of the third and fourth inning with the pitch total around 75, we'll say after 4, knowing that you have no chance of going past 6, and you may not even get to 6. The payoff pitch, swing, lifts it high and deep into center field, and Harris gives chase. He misread it. It's going to go over his head, and that's going to tie the ball game. Barger rounds first, heads to second, and it's a two RBI double for the Toronto Blue Jays. Looked like it was a change fading off the plate. And Barger, good job of hitting that one. He just smacked it over Harris's head. Harris got a late break on it. That's going to be it for Strider. So a poor outing for Strider, and the game is tied. He's only going to have a few more of these before we hit opening day. We'll be back in a flash. Right-hander coming in for your Atlanta Braves out of the pen. We'll introduce him when we return.
Do you believe in true love in your culture, in my culture? Do you mean Irish people? We're just normal. Like we're not like out in the forest. Like we're just normal. I have a television and stuff.
Your name Peter?
Do I look like my name is Peter, you skunk-hard mother?
She just called me a mother.
You understood that, didn't you, you bow-legged bag?
Look, if everybody's sitting around and your mama gets up and grabs a Diet Coke out of the fridge, a pack of Virginia Slims, starts walking towards the back door and says, I'm losing my get up. Get up and help. Get up and go outside and play. Get up and leave. You know the drill.
I think they have a fairly complicated set of signs that they go through.
I never told this to anybody, but he called his own pitches.
I think it's pretty amazing how he did it. So how he caught the ball from Eddie determined what the next pitch was going to be.
Tap his leg with his glove. That is a sign to Eddie Perez.
Nobody ever knew it. I mean, it was kind of brilliant.
They don't call him the professor for nothing.
It was a regular season game, and Bobby sent Leo out to tell Maddox that he wanted to walk Gonzalez. Louis Gonzalez hit Maddox pretty good. Doggy's like, nope, not going to do it.
He goes, what? He goes, give me 2 pitches. I think I can pop him up to third base.
He goes, I'm going to throw him a changeup down and away, first pitch. Then I'm going to throw him a cutter, middle in, and he's going to hit a pop-up and a chipper. And we're going to get out of this inning. Leo just kind of looks at him, and he looks at the rest of us, and he goes, okay. And he turns around, and he walks back to the dugout. And I mean, you can hear Bobby's just pissed. So sure enough, he throws...
Welcome back. Right-hander coming in for your Atlanta Braves. This is going to have a quick mound visit to go over signs with runner at second from Drake Baldwin. Blaine Enlow, 26-year-older. 6'3", 170-pounder, excuse me, from Sorrento, Louisiana. Played his high school ball at St. Amant, Louisiana, at St. Amant High School. Drafted by the Twins in 2017 in the 3rd round. So a decent prospect coming out of school. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Played with Minnesota sparingly in 2023. 7 innings there. Got 13 innings in with San Francisco in 2024 is the 1-0. This is down and away ball 2-2-0. 2-0 count. Brings it. Way outside wide, 3-0. Braves 3, Jays 3. Top of the 5th inning. 3-0, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Runners at first and second now, 1 out. One of the people that, well, actually, I saw it from 2 people that were suggesting bringing in, and this is why I always say, man, just be careful when you're listening to some of these dopes. Sometimes I think they do it just to try to, what they call it, rage bait or whatever. But they were talking about to fix the Profar situation as the first pitch on the way is banged towards the dugout. It's 0-1. Talking about bringing in Jorge Soler. I'm like, have you lost your ever-loving mind? We saw the last time Soler was here, his defense has gotten even worse. So you would literally just be bringing in a DH. Why not just go out and just grab Ozuna? Talk the Pirates into giving him to you. The 0-1 outside wide 0-2. I think whoever they bring in is someone that can play some defense. They don't want to get pigeonholed because they're not going to get an elite DH, right? No one's selling that on opening day as the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He does have a nasty slider, Enlow does. But it's almost like, I don't want to say lazy is not the right term, but it's almost like most of the people that cover Braves baseball go to the same names over and over again because it's almost like it's the only names they know. Like they've never heard of any of the other players that are out there available. The pitch on the way is bang foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. Get ready. Someone's going to be talking about bringing Jock Peterson in before too long. But I would take him over Soler. At least Peterson can play a little defense. But his bat speed looks like it's by the wayside. But how about bringing some new blood as the 0-1? Misses high, 1-1. And you're going to see guys available in the next week or two because teams are going to make cuts. And there's going to be some decent names they're going to be looking to take that spot. And they'd rather do that than go to the minor leagues as the 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. We'll go over it on Braves Country today. Coming your way noon Eastern tomorrow. And then we've got a big day of baseball coverage. It's going to be a doubleheader of Braves from 6 to 7:30. And then USA Baseball starts their quest in the WBC tomorrow night as well. It'll all be on the same feed. It's a 2-2 count now. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 count. Deuce is wild here in the top of the 5th as we are tied up at 3. And Enlow, the right-hander, turns and burns. Swing, pops it up high in the sky. The sun and wind's been doing some funny things out there, but Money Michael Harris II makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of 5 and see if we can get these bats going. It's 3-3 here in the Cactus League.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is fawn. You've been on a date with that girl 3 times. You don't think you're falling in love with her, do you?
May 15th, 1864, Newmarket, Virginia. John C. Breckinridge faced a decision no commander wants to make. Union forces under Franz Sigel were advancing up the Shenandoah Valley. Breckinridge had been ordered to stop them. His force was too small. He'd scraped together every available unit, every man who could carry a rifle. That included the cadets from Virginia Military Institute, 247 teenagers, some as young as 15. The pressure was desperate. The Shenandoah Valley fed Lee's army. Breckinridge had no reserves, no reinforcements were coming. The battle developed badly. He looked at the VMI cadets in reserve. They'd marched 80 miles in 4 days to reach the battlefield. They were exhausted. They were boys. Breckinridge gave the order. Put the boys in, and may God forgive me for the order.
Ernie Harwell and Vince Scully both broke in under Red Barber. What an influence, what a mentor.
And both would follow Red and Mel into the broadcaster's wing of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Here are excerpts from the speeches of both honorees from the summer of 1978.
The importance of radio and of television, adding on to what the newspaper coverage was, has helped to make baseball greater and greater and greater. It has taken baseball into the home. It has made baseball a family game. I wrote a book called The Broadcasters, and I dedicated it, and let me read the dedication, because as I show you this, what I'm saying in that book is also for this, and for Mel, and for me. This is for Graham McNamee, and for those others who first went into a new land called radio, armed only with carbon microphones. Thank you.
Set your alerts and subscribe to the BCR, the classic call radio baseball. Welcome back. Matt Olson, the batter, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is swing and a miss. Slider off the edge. It's 0-1. 3-3 your score, bottom of 5. The 0-1 pitch. Takes another slider. Right there all the way. It's 0-2. So he's going slider to start him off. Plasmeyer, the pitcher, in for the Toronto Blue Jays. Michael Plasmeyer. The 0-2 outside wide, 1-2. So 1-2 count. And looks like the Jays are going to challenge this pitch. It was called a ball. It's at the bottom of the zone. Looked like it hit the zone. It did. That's strike 3. Blue has been not very accurate today. That's the first ABS challenge we've seen from either side. First pitch on the way is upstairs to Austin Riley. Called for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing. Lifted over the second base bag. And that's going to get down for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single for your Atlanta Braves. Good piece of hitting there by Riley, as he just scooped it over the pitcher's head, and the bat broke in half right there where the handle is. You don't see it a lot, but it was a clean break. First pitch on the way, swinging by the Yaz, and he's going to rip that into right field. That's down for a base hit. Riley goes corner to corner, and the ball gets away from the cutoff man, but not far enough. We've got runners at first and third, and 1 out. Got something working here. Lefty as Michael Harris II stands in. First pitch there. Floats a slider in for a strike. It's 0-1. Same pitch that he was locking Matt Olson up with. This left-hander Plasper, he's coming from a wide side of first base. Is the 1-1, the 0-1 right there for a strike. It's 0-2. He's set up on the far left side of the rubber. He comes with that slider. I don't think they're getting a very good look at it. The 0-2 whistles it foul towards the first base dugout. The 0-2. Slider misses down and away. 1-2. A 1-2 count. Runners at the corners. One out. The 1-2 pitch. Caught looking strike three. Harris wants to challenge that one. We'll see. If he gets this, it's a close one. As we wait for the ABS to come up, and it just smacks the outer edge, strike three. Say maybe 10-15% of that ball hit the zone. Not a bad challenge there by Harris, considering the situation. If this were a real game, you've got a tie game. Difference between keeping that at back going and not in a key spot. I really don't hate that challenge if this were a real game. Spring training game, it doesn't matter, but I'm just looking at the big picture. Eli White, the batter, first pitch right there. Outer edge for a strike, it's 0-1. I don't know who in the world the umpire was, but someone was referring to a spring training game. He was very vague, so you almost wonder if this happened, but he was one of these social media guys, and he said that it's the 0-1 swing and a miss, it's 0-2. He was saying that he got a bunch of his calls overturned, and the umpire was visibly upset about it and was talking about how this is going to go down. Because you know it's going to happen in the regular season. There's going to be an umpire that's going to just lose his cool as they flip it over to first real quick. And I can think of some of them on the top of my head. They're going to be prime suspects for this, but they're going to either have to get better or get gone, and that's what I love about the ABS system. I don't expect these umpires to be perfect, but you want them to be a lot better than we've seen. The 0-2, did he go around? They're going to say he did. Strike three, that'll end the inning. I don't know about that one, but that's not something you can challenge. Check, swing, strike, and we head to the top of the sixth here in Braves country.
Wow, you're such an emotionally strong person.
Thank you. I literally have no other option.
Did you hear the story about the kid who was outside the Democratic fundraiser selling kittens? When the people came out from the fundraiser, he was holding up the kittens and he was saying, "Buy a Democrat kitten." Well, a couple of weeks later, the Republicans held a fundraiser in the same place. And when they came out, there was the same kid with the kittens. And he said, "Buy a Republican kitten." And one of the members of the press who'd seen him there 2 weeks before said, "Wait a minute, kid. You were selling these kittens the last time as Democrat kittens. How come the Republican kittens now?" Kid says, "Because now they got their eyes open."
Golf is a nice, relaxing way to get super frustrated and really disappointed in yourself.
Y'all, somebody said this presidential election was like nobody was listening to mom, and then dad came home.
Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, the World Series to be played here for the third time in the last 5 seasons.
I
I think when you look at the 95 Braves, you're looking at the confluence of this great pitching staff and an offense as well that was just dynamic. I mean, the Braves' talent was probably at its peak at that point, and if it wasn't going to be 95, I don't know when it was going to be.
After you've been to the World Series a couple times, it doesn't take a lot as a player to start looking at it and realize that, you're only going to get so many opportunities.
I think our first 8 World Series losses were all by 1 run. 95 was essential for us.
I mean, I remember that was my first World Series. I had watched their 2 World Series on the couch in Vegas. The nerves, the excitement, you're at a 10 nerve-wise. They don't get any higher than they could get.
Maybe the best pitcher of his time in the minds of many, Greg Maddux is on the mound tonight.
Welcome back. Righty-righty matchup as we will see Spencer Strider go back out there again to get him a little more work. First pitch is swinging. Fouls it away down the first base side, deep into the right field corner, but fouling out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. One count. High and out of the zone, 2-1. A 2-1. Fouls it back, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Strider. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch there off the plate. Swing and a miss to Jimenez, and there's 1 away. Three to 3 your score. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Braves and Blue Jays. And Clase, the batter, righty-lefty. First pitch is way outside wide, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. And 1-0. Swing, lifts it into right field, drifting in. Making the easy catch out there is Eli White. So quickly 2 down here in the 6th for Striders. He struggled in the 5th, and they went and got him out. For those of y'all not used to spring training ball, they changed that a few years back where you can go get a pitcher out of the game and then bring him back if you're just trying to watch his pitches per inning, which, you think about it, they should have been doing that a long time ago. That didn't come around till, I can't remember if it was I think it was the season right after the pandemic, so I want to say it was after it might have been the 22 bargaining agreement, CBA, but I want to say they actually came up with that and were fiddling around with it in 21. 0-2 count is the 95-mile-an-hour fastball is whistled back foul. The 0-2, down and away, 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Toronto. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Atlanta. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, see if the Braves can grab the lead here on the BCR.
Hello, I'm Charles Daniels.
For years, we've been taking you to villages like this and showing you the heartbreak of families whose only mistake was being born poor. They need your help. And for only
$2.99
a month, you can provide
the Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
Ask for more. Sorry? Ask for more money. Why are you starting so low?
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
As you can see, these villagers are desperate for your help, so don't hesitate. Dial the number and send over
$2.99
a month. That's all we need. Start higher. I know, right?
$2.99
A month may not sound like a lot, but it can mean so much to
Braves Country Radio.
It's not even a round number. I'm just saying, why not start at
$2.99
a month? That's all these people need to survive. And they'd be so lucky and appreciative to get it. So for the price of a cup of coffee.
You talking about all they need to send is the bare minimum to keep us alive.
How you gonna save our lives with only 39 cents? Because I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I just can't see it.
$2.99
This is plenty.
He keeps saying
$2.99
Why you keep saying
For the price of a cup of coffee.
why it can't be the price of an Arizona iced tea?
Because it's not the price of an Arizona, it's got to be coffee.
It don't though.
Plus, coffee is way more expensive than
$2.99
You know, for a starving village, you people have a lot of energy.
Hey, how much was that coffee?
It doesn't matter.
I bet you don't even know what country you in.
I do know what country I'm in.
What country you at? What country you at?
Braves Country Radio.
All right,
Hey, if you want to see this cheap ass white man again, you better send us
$2.99
cash right now. Don't hesitate.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Van Eyck is coming onto the plate, going to the mound, and Dominic Smith, who had a 2-run home run his last time up, takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1, the 0-1. Flips a curveball out there on the outer edge. 1-1. 3-3 your score, the 1-1. Inside. Two and one. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, rattles it back foul. And he looked like he was on that one too. Full count. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. Ball four, and he'll head on down to first. So Dominic Smith having a good spring so far. Righty-lefty matchup is the number 9 hitter, Wisely. Steps to the plate. Takes the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Brett Wisely trying to make the team. Originally from Jacksonville, Florida. Played his college ball at Gulf Coast. It's the 1-0 right there for a strike. It's 1-1. More well known as a San Francisco Giant from 23 to 25. He did play with Tampa Bay in 22. As he was, as the pitch misses well outside the zone. 2-1. He was drafted by the Rays in 2019 in the 15th round. Career batting average of .232 and an OPS of .739. So a little pop in his bat, just doesn't hit for a real high average. The 2-1 pitch inside. 3-1. Uncle Charlie, good to see you back. The 3-1. Right there for a strike, 3-2. So full count, outside wide, ball 4. So the Braves now have runners on first and second and nobody out to start the inning. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. Dubon lifting it high into center field. The ball goes off the glove of the center fielder out there. He drops it, and a run's going to score. Dominic Smith comes all the way around from second base, and it's 4-3, your Atlanta Braves. I'm assuming that's going to be an E8 on your scorecard. The wind and sun are wreaking havoc out here today, but honest engine, there's no reason why a Major League center fielder should drop that ball. Of course, I guess the Tinga is not actually a Major League center fielder. Traded him in for Straw. But that should be an E8 in your scorecard. First pitch on the way upstairs to Drake Baldwin. This is high for a ball. It's 1-0. You'll start seeing, especially when they're at home, the Braves starters playing a little longer like they are today as the 1-0 swing. Chops it through the infield. That's going to score. One run will score. 2 runs will score. And your Atlanta Braves have got themselves a 3-run lead as the Drake comes through with a 2 RBI single.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Hard hit ball on the right side of the infield, and it was just in between the 4-3 hole. Braves 6. That, by the way, they came in after Dubon came in. Johnny Heel, the Braves prospect, came in to pinch run for Dubon. So they're starting to make their changes now. Righty-lefty matchup now. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Olson standing in. The ball's flipped over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. Kilpatrick in for Baldwin, so Drake is out of the game. The 0-1. There for ball banged away. It's 0-2. Olson at the box. Kilpatrick was taken off on that pitch, but the 0-2 pitch swung on and banged over to second. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs in the inning now. The Braves do have 3 across. Out of town scoreboard real quick is the first pitch on the way to Austin Riley. Looks like the starters are getting their last at bats. Pitch is out and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Riley 1 for 1 on the day. The single, a walk, and a sac fly. And an RBI. Pitch misses, ball 2-2. Out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. Twins all over the Yankees, 9-0 in the 6th. 2-0 right there for a strike. Slider hits it. 2-1. Phillies 5-2 over the Red Sox in the 7th. Cardinals and Pirates 2-2 in the 7th is the 2-1. Misses, ball 3-1. Slider on the outer edge. Nats lead the Mets 7-3 in the 7th inning. Orioles 4-0 over the Rays. They're heading to the bottom of the 7th as the 3-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 4. And Austin Riley.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Heads on down to first. And Hogan's is going to pinch run for him as the Yaz comes to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. The single to right his last time up. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a strike. It's 0-1. Diamondbacks and Cubs are just getting going. Later on today, Dodgers, Reds, Brewers, Rockies, A's, Angels is the pitch. That'll even up the count. It's 1-1. Padres and Mariners. Then you got the Guardians and the White Sox along with the Rangers and Royals. That's at 8:05. Both those last two games are at 8:05. So a couple of nightcaps tonight if you're looking to watch live Major League action. The 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. Later on tonight, we've got the World Baseball Classic coming back into the fold at 10 p.m. on FS1 as the 2-1 pitch bangs it down the line, foul. It's 2-2. 10 o'clock tonight, it's Australia versus Czechia. Earlier this morning, 5 a.m., Korea beat Czechia. So it's weird, but they are playing in our world. They're playing the same day. But where this is being played over in Tokyo, this was a night game earlier this morning, and by the time they play tonight, think of it as a team playing a 7 o'clock game at night and then turn around and playing a game about noon the next day. Pitch is outside wide, bang foul. It's 2-2. Friday, you got a full slate of action, and the Braves are playing as well. We're going to bring the Braves and the United States to you starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So a full count. The infield is back and to the right. 6-3 your score. Bottom of the 6th. The payoff pitch. Swing! That ball's ripped into right field. That's down for a base hit. We'll go corner to corner, and the Braves have runners on the corners. 2 outs. And the Yaz will get pitch ran for as well. That'll be his final at bat for the game. Azakar coming in. Pitch run for Yaz. And it looks like the right-hander is going to come out of the pen. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Braves lead at 6-3. We're in the bottom of the 6th here on the BCR Radio Network.
I feel a little bit attacked right now, TikTok. You know how it says you can choose like where you're at, put your location? Well, I guess based on where I am, it gives me options. Do you know what one of the options is that they gave me? Big Butt Mountain.
It is so hot outside, I almost called my ex so I could be around something shady.
Yesterday, scientists in the United States revealed that beer contains small traces of female hormones. To prove their theory, They fed 100 men 12 pints of beer and observed that 100% of them started talking nonsense and couldn't drive.
But the Red Sox were still in a pennant race, and the burden of carrying the team now fell squarely on the shoulders of Yaz.
Base hit into left. Yastrzemski in on the ball, throwing home. Out at the plate.
He just showed the idea of the game is to win in 15 different ways, and he won games by making great catches.
Yastrzemski making a long run. He makes the catch.
By hitting clutch home runs.
Deep. Let's see. It is in there for a home run, and Yastrzemski in the ninth inning has tied it up.
He hit every kind of pitch. When they tried to pitch around him up high, he'd tomahawk one out of the ballpark. I mean, it was incredible.
2 runs are coming across. Yastrzemski digs for 3 and triples.
He hustled first to third, second to home, stretched singles to doubles. He was driven.
Yaz was putting up Triple Crown numbers, and in the process, stepped into the spotlight and out of the shadow of the splendid Splinter.
Ted Williams was known just as
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is up top to Michael Harris II. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup is Garkow is on for the Toronto Blue Jays. Nate Garkow, 28-year-old. California, Arcadia, California. The pitch misses well inside. It's funny if you're following along at video at home. Garkow kind of looks like if Paul Skeens had a chubby younger brother. The 2-0 right there for a strike. It's 2-1. Like this kid's not fat, but he looks like I kind of think if Paul Skeens kind of let himself go during the offseason, decided not to worry too much after he signed a big contract and let her rip in the bars for about 3 months. The 2-1 count. Swing, bangs it towards first. Here comes the throw, and it's going to be a 1-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. So that'll end the inning. Chubby Skeens gets out of the jam, but it's 6-3. We'll go to the 7th inning here in Braves country. Good guys leading by 3.
This generation is you guys. Boomers look back and go, holy crap, I can't believe I burned the flag and just stopped wearing a bra. Gen X looks back and we say, holy I can't believe I wore MC Hammer pants and curled my bangs. Millennials look back and go, holy cow, I cannot believe I went through a goth phase. This generation, when they reach 40, they're gonna look back and go, holy I can't believe I cut my wiener or my tits off.
Suspect took an everything shower but forgot to shave her mustache.
Talk to me! Suspect hates to spend money, but DoorDashes every single meal.
Suspect complains about my DoorDash spending, yet she burns water. Man, you ever get stuck working with the woke on the job? There's always complaining about the white man holding them down, talking about he can't get ahead in life. Like, you've been washing dishes for 12 years. Who fault that is?
I'm just gonna put this out there. If you're a celebrity, I don't give a hot, steamy, corn-textured turd who you're voting for. If your biggest struggle is which red carpet event to attend this year, you don't make the list of informed sources for politics. Shut your mouth, go back to your movie set. The rest of us have to go to work.
I remember being at that 95 World Series, and I remember writing that this was Greg Maddox's series. This was his stage, and he was facing a really, really great Cleveland lineup. So this was going to be the ultimate challenge for Greg Maddux, and he comes out in Game 1 and essentially says, we're not losing the series.
12 straight sit down by the professor. It's a clinic.
The Braves win Game 1 on a superb pitching effort by Greg Maddux.
Game 1, I think, was obviously one of the most important games because we got to see firsthand just how potent and scary the Cleveland Indians lineup was. And Maddox showed you how to pitch to it. And the rest of the guys kind of followed along after that.
The team of the 90s has its world championship.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty, righty matchup. 1-0. Sinker misses high. 1-1. New pitcher on for your Atlanta Braves. Kroger. Jacob Kroger. The 2-0, banged down the line foul, 2-1. Drafted by the Braves in the 10th round in 2024. Jacob Lee Kroger, 6'1", 290-pounder, southpaw, out of Maryville, Missouri. The 2-1, misses high, 2-2. Played his college ball at Maryville, Missouri as well. I believe, memory serves me correct, it's the 3-1 pitch, outside wide, ball 4. I think that was a JUCO that went Division III. So they didn't have high hopes for him, but 10th round's pretty high nowadays, especially considering the fact that they've limited the number of rounds in the MLB draft. It used to be darn near unlimited. At the beginning, it wasn't. Pitch on the way is banged foul to Lantiga. So on 1 lefty-righty matchup. We're hearing stories back in when they first installed the draft. I mean, guys, as recent as the 90s, is the 0-1 swing and a miss one. Guys would just draft guys at the end, cherry picking, just grabbing guys out there, see if they would actually report to camp, just to get a look at these players. Nowadays, you're down to 20 rounds. Before that, they'd cut it from 60 to 40 as the 0-2, lifted into center field. That's down for a base hit. Top of the 7th here, Braves lead at 6-3. When they dropped it down to 5 rounds during the pandemic, and then the next CBA is when they actually reworked it. And a lot of it had to do with the first pitch to start off the at-bat here. Lefty-righty matchup, Kasevich. I don't know, we're at the part where these guys will never have baseball cards in the game. It's 1-0. 1-0, swing, lifts it, center field, down for a base hit. Now the Blue Jays all of a sudden got the bases loaded, nobody out. So Kroger, kind of what you expect to when you go to a Kroger. You wish you'd gone to Publix. Bases loaded, nobody out. Braves lead at 6-3. But a lot of the reasons why they ended up getting rid of all those rounds is the first pitch upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Remember when they first came out of the pandemic, the fear was would the fans come back, all that kind of stuff. So that baked in an excuse to get rid of some of your minor league teams, is the 0-1 pitch and the dirt 1-1. And realistically, a lot of them weren't needed. But it was one of those things where they just kept it because it's always been that way. So they were looking to cut costs. These guys can still go play minor league baseball all around the country. It's just not affiliated with MLB. So now when you see a guy draft in the first 20 rounds, that it still is a lot of rounds, but you're looking at those guys have a much better chance of breaking in one day. 1-1, slaps it to right field. That's down for a base hit. Kroger's getting slapped all around. Clean up on aisle 3. It's a 2-run single, and 6-5 your score. Make that a double. He scoots all the way down to second base. And Kroger, I think I've seen enough of this cat. Hefner's out there to talk to him. There's not a lot you can say to a guy who can't get anybody out, especially the guys he's facing. He's got decent velocity right there in the low 90s, but all these pitches that are getting hit, I mean, they're right down Main Street. Braves 6, Jays 5, top of the 7th inning. Infield is playing back, so they'll give up the tying run. First pitch on the way is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. One, 1-0, swing and a miss. It's now a 1-2 count. They're playing all kinds of games with the score bug on Gray TV, but a 1-2 count. Swing, rattles that foul off his mask. Do it again. Braves lead by 1. Here's the pitch. Swing! Just got a piece of it. I'm still seeing 1-2, showing 1-2 on mine. They still have it listed as 2-2. I think maybe the scorekeeper misread one of the calls early in the at-bat. The 2-2. Caught, looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. He wants to challenge it. It looked like it was right there on the edge. We'll have to see. They don't have the. Yeah, that's right there. That's smack the black. Go sit down. 1 away. So 6-5 your score. One out. And Brooks, the backstop, Robert Brooks, batted 135 last year. Takes the pitch up high. It's 1-0. 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Comes set. Bang! Right down the pipe. 92. Kroger has 21 pitches so far. The 1-1 to Brooks. Swing and a miss. 1-2. He's got a pretty decent slider when he gets it down in the zone and bending away. He's got a good snap to it, that's for sure. I don't know if his velocity is going to be good enough to be a reliever in the major leagues. The 1-2, check swing, went around, strike 3. So he's got a little better control than what he had at the beginning of this inning. Braves 6, Jays 5, top of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch is on the way. First pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing. Bangs it down the third base line. Foul. 0-2. Count. Outside the zone, 1-2. Pitch on the way. Man, that was close. 2-2. Looked like the sinker. The 2-2. Kroger brings it. High and out of the zone, ball 3. So he's threatening to load the bases here with 2 outs and clinging to a 1-run lead. The payoff pitch, outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. The bases are juiced. And that's going to be it. Kroger has coughed up 2 runs. Clean up on aisle 5. Wrong store, wrong price. We'll see Pilar come in when we return, clinging to a 1-run lead here in Braves country.
One thing I remind myself of every single time I want to put somebody above or below me is that we have all been sitting on the john out of toilet paper and considered looking in the bathroom trash for secondary wiping options. Keeps me humble.
Hey Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch, where we will react to your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
So what is your name as a group?
The Click. Click or click? Click.
Man, I hate this job for real. I do too. When you gonna quit? I'm gonna quit the same day you quit. Matter of fact, when you put your 2 weeks in, let me see the paper so I can write on the back, me too, these jobs. Everything good over here? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Verse 2, this.
They have been baseball's best team over the last 5 years. And finally, the one missing piece is in place.
I remember running out to the dog pile, and I know it might sound stupid, but we won state in high school, and we had a dog pile. And I remember going out there, dog piling with everybody, going, God, we did this in high school. This is cool. Now we're doing it on TV in the big leagues. There's cameras, and everybody knows about it. You felt like you really accomplished something. And, you know, to share the success with, you know, your teammates, coaches, pretty cool, pretty special feeling.
What's going to prevent this team from being a dynasty? Certainly not their pitching staff.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Dribbled over to first. It's going to be a fair ball. Running and tagging the bag over there at first to end the inning is Tristan English. So just like that, comes in and gets it out of it. Pilar, good job. 1 pitch, 1 out. It is time for the 7th inning stretch here in Braves country.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. All 1, 2, 3. Me out to the ball. Hey, me out to the top. Find me something up crack to jack. I don't care if I have to get back on the street.
Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. High and out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Pitch off the plate. Ball 2-0. A 2-0 count. Kiersey digging in, and he'll take ball 3, 3-0. The 3-0 from Garkow. High and out of the zone, ball 4. So Chubby Skeens walks his first batter he sees here in the inning. And the Braves got something cooking here in the bottom of the 7th, leading by only 1. Could use some insurance runs. One on, nobody out. Dominic Smith has had a big day so far. Stands at the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss. Trying to take that changeup downtown on the outer edge. It's 0-1. It's so hard for me to be a Dominic Smith fan because he spent so much time with the Mets and the Washington Nationals. Is the 0-2. Swing. Dribbles it foul down the line. But I saw it. So there was a Giants fan on social media when the day he signed with Atlanta this year. I guess just a big fan of his, and he was basically saying good luck and you got a good one kind of thing. It's a really random player to be a big fan of because, like I said, he didn't start it in San Francisco. He was a platoon option, and you don't expect him to be platooning with Matt Olson unless something terribly goes wrong, is the check swing on too. But he was showing a couple of defensive plays that he made. I'll tell you what, he's got some leather. He's the 0-2, lifted high and deep into left field, drifting back, easily making the catch for a loud out number 1. That got right to the warning track. The wind continues to blow in. You can see the American flag, the Braves flag, and the Florida state flag blowing in from left field, almost directly, slightly towards center. Oh man, they're showing a Braves ice cream thing here on the screen. Try to get through Lent before I hit any sugars. The pitch on the way is swung on and hammered down the line, foul. It's Chunk, love Chunk. Bangs it down the line. It's 0-1. Runner was on the move. He'll retreat back to first. It's Kiersey. Pretty good jump there. Aaron Chunk. The 0-1. Fouls it into first base territory. That's going to drop to the ground as the first baseman over there, McAdoo. I'm starting to wonder if he ever played first base before. He looks like he was out of position on the play, but he looks like he's out of position on the field. He didn't seem like this is his natural position. So an 0-2 count. Chunk takes it high, 1-2. Hey, I bet y'all will. I was telling my wife the other day, so I go into Publix shopping, and so I decided for Lent to give up is the 1-2 pitch, swing, bangs it foul. You know, added sugars, candies, and all that kind of stuff as well. And I believe it or not, I've actually made it so far, but still a long way to go. And I go into Publix, and not only is the 1-2 is inside, the runner goes, throw down to second base, high throw, and Atlanta's got another stolen base. Runner in scoring position, bottom of the 7th inning, leading by 1. Good jump out there by Kiersey. And so not only are the Girl Scouts out there selling their cookies, which I already expected that because this was end of February, so I knew they're always there in February. So that was hard enough. Is the 2-2. Misses high 3-2. And you can't even use the excuse anymore, I don't have any cash on me. Because darn it, if they don't take credit cards and stuff now with the Girl Scouts, because I tried to use that as an excuse and they busted me. So I ended up buying them a couple of boxes and just said, y'all keep it for yourself. As the payoff pitch misses outside, wide, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. Because I don't trust myself going, oh yeah, I'll buy them and not eat them, right? I'd end up blacking out and the whole box would be gone before I even got home. I only lived on the block away. So not only were they doing that, but in the actual store itself, some lady was giving ice cream away, like ice cream samples away. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen them give away ice cream. They were giving away like 5 different flavors of ice cream. I was like, you're killing me. First pitch right there off the edge to Johnny Heel. He's come in the game to play shortstop for Dubon. Came in as a pinch runner. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, rips it into left field. That's down for a base hit. And they'll go station to station as the ball almost was caught by the diving shortstop out there. So here's he had to slam on the brakes, but it's bases loaded. One out. Ducks all over the pond. Brookman now the batter. So yeah, I was convinced there was conspiracy out there. I mean, who's giving away ice cream and then you get Girl Scout cookies? I want to say there was a third thing going on. Anyways, the whole thing was ridiculous. Oh yeah, in the little discount area, they were practically giving away Reese's Pieces or Reese's Cups, and that's my damn that's my Achilles heel to this whole thing, is keeping Reese's out of my life. We're here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-5 Atlanta. Bases loaded. Brookman takes the first pitch up top by Garkow. It's 0-1. Looks like the wind's starting to shift a little bit, gently blowing out right now, if we can believe the flags. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Standing on deck is English. Ogun's in the hole. Braves lead at 6-5. 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Atlanta Braves. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Toronto Blue Jays. We are exactly 3 weeks from opening day, the 0-2. Outside wide 1-2. Opening night, 3 weeks from last night, as the Giants and Yankees will be squaring off to start the MLB season. We'll bring it to you right here on the BCRs, the 1-2, fouled away. Opening day, we'll be in the middle of our pregame coverage as 4:10 Eastern, 3 weeks from today, Reds and Red Sox, assuming weather, And then that night, we're going to bring you Cleveland versus Seattle at 9:45, so a late tilt. Taking you as the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Brookman goes down on strikes, and the bases are still loaded with 2 outs. That'll take us to the next day, Friday, the 27th, 7:15. We'll come on the air about an hour before to get you ready for opening night, Braves, Royals. We're assuming it'll be Chris Sale as the first pitch to English. Chases one well out of the zone. Bangs it foul. It's 0-1. He was swinging at that pitch no matter what happened. The 0-1. That pitch was well out of the zone. Golfed it behind into foul territory, the 0-1 pitch. And he takes that one right down the pipe. It's 0-2 and shakes his head like that wasn't a strike. He takes one about letter high, maybe a touch below, between letters and belt, right down the middle of the plate, and swung at the one well out of the zone. The 0-2 count. Swing, bangs it away. Says he hit .324 last year. Double check that. In the minor leagues. The 0-2 swing, hits it high and deep, going back on the track. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. Your Atlanta Braves lead at 7-5. 2 runs will score. Your Braves lead at 8-5. 3 runs are scored. It's 9-5. Put a little English on that ball, Tristan, and it's a bases clearing double for Tristan English. And the Braves have broken this open to a 4-run lead. Hard hit ball. That's going to bring another right-hander in as they're going to do a quick pitching change. We'll take a really quick break. When we come back, the Braves lead it by 4 when we return here on the BCR. Mac McGee.
And we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio
is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
you can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help.
Braves Country Radio.
And it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
You join our team, we really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help. There's room on our team for you.
Welcome back. Braves lead this one 9-5. Next Braves broadcast will be tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Bring you about the first 3 or 4 innings, and then we're going to take you to USA Baseball, the WBC. USA versus Brazil. Tomorrow night's Braves versus Minnesota. We'll come on the air about 5:45 for that one, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Ogans swinging at one high, a little bit high out of the zone. Braves Country today, tomorrow at noon. We'll go over all the options that are out there to solve the problem that is Jurickson Profar. The 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But up for your Atlanta Braves. Put 3 on the board. We lead by 4. 8-ball time here in Braves Country.
106 miles from Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay.
Get it! Hey!
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time. Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
9-5 your score. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Pilar back out there. Rivera at the plate. First pitch is right there for a strike. Cutter, 93 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Comes set. Just grabs the outer edge. 0-2. Anderson Pilar. Pitched 5 innings for the Braves back in 2025. It was a random start as the 0-2. Dribbles it foul. He got clobbered in that game. It's against as the 0-2 check swing went around. Did not. 1-2. One-two count. Down and away, 2-2. He got one start, pitched in 6 games, 5 2/3, 9 runs in those appearances. The 2-2 caught looking, strike 3, outer edge, 1 away. Anderson Pilar, 28 years old, and we've heard a lot about him the last couple of years, but just hasn't really taken that next step. McAdoo, the first baseman, fill in for the Bluejays, stands in. One out here in the 8th. First pitch swinging. Laces it towards third. That's going to be an L5 in your scorecard. 2 down. USA Baseball Friday night and Saturday night. 8 o'clock first pitches on both of those. Then they're off on Sunday, and we're back at it on Monday. First pitch misses high. I believe Monday's a doubleheader day for us. I believe it's to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's a day game with the Braves and a night game with USA on Mondays. The 1-0 misses wide, 2-0. 2-0 count. Latigua, the batter. Pilar, the pitcher. Braves lead it 9-5, top of the 8th. Pitch, swing. Lifts it to left field, and making the sliding catch out there is Azakar. No, he didn't. They're going to say he trapped it. I thought he caught it. The camera work's not that great. Oh, yeah, he definitely trapped it. It was a one-hopper into the glove. Very, very close, but he definitely trapped it. It's not great live video at these spring training games. Yes, it's a doubleheader on Monday. As the first pitch to Kasevich is right there for a strike on the inner track. It's 0-1. We'll get Braves Twins. We're going to do a couple hours of that and then step away and get ready for USA versus Mexico that night. Is he 0-1? Fouls it away. It's 0-2. Tuesday, USA doesn't play till 9 o'clock that night. We are bringing you the game. And then Wednesday, we're doing a double header as the USA is going to be off. We're going to bring you a double header of Cuba versus Canada, and then this ought to be a fun one. Venezuela versus the Dominican Republic. Those are 2 really good squads. You get to see Ronald Acuna Jr. at that one. The 0-2, lifts it high into center field, and coming in making the easy catch will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Here in Braves country, the good guys on top, 9-5.
Why are you pushing Chase Utley on me? It's starting to get weird.
Okay, look, I have a plan, all right? And it involves you getting this letter to him when you get out there to kiss him. Now, I have given this to Major League Baseball, his lawyer, his manager, his mom, and he has not gotten back to me, which means he hasn't gotten it yet. So just...
Okay. Did you write a love letter to Chase Utley? Is that...
In a lot of ways, yes, I do love him, but that is not a love letter in the way that you're thinking of it, okay?
Really? I would love to meet you someday. It would be great to have a catch. I know I can't throw as fast as you, but I think you would be impressed with my speed. I love your hair. You run fast. I know you have not been getting my letters because I know you would write back if you did. I am sure our relationship would be a real home run.
If you read it out of context...
There's no right context.
Strike that for the record,
No,
please.
leave that on the record.
That one stays.
Brett's mini slump in late September left him at .390 to finish the year. Along the way, he'd led the Royals to their 4th division title in 5 years and would be named AL MVP. But as ever, none of it seemed to impress his father.
Saw him after the 80 season, and the first thing he says to me, you couldn't have got 5 more hits? Hit .390. I missed 400 by 5 hits. If you would have taken better care of yourself, you would have got 5 more hits. There wasn't a lot of positive stuff. I mean, there never was.
Here we go again. The Yankees and the Kansas City Royals meeting in the playoffs for the 4th time in 5 years.
The reward for an historic season was a familiar one. Yet another matchup with the Yankees in the ALCS.
If we can go out and play the way we've played so far this season and forget the New York Yankees, just go out there and play baseball, I think we can beat them 3 out of 5.
I think that was probably the most intense I've seen our guys. Okay, you've beaten us 3 times, but we're not going to let it happen a 4th time.
Hit in the air to deep left center field. Brown going back and looking up. Gone. George Brett has just hit the 5th home run of his championship series career.
I need you.
Welcome back. First pitch to Azakar, right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, rips it up the middle, off the foot of the pitcher, Harrison, and it's going to be an infield single for Azakar. It's going to be a quick check on the pitcher, Harrison, to see if he's okay. The ball was rifled off his shoe. His plant foot, I believe. No, it was actually his landing foot. Off the back foot of his landing foot. So coming from the right-hand side of a pitcher, crossing over, and his right leg is at the bottom of his shoe, and it bounced into foul territory in between home and third. So it'll be an infield single. They're going to give him a couple of tosses. You know, listening to that clip as we were at break, about the Royals and the Yankees beating 4 consecutive years in the postseason. In a lot of ways, the postseason in Major League Baseball, it's the first pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. At least the championship series, they were so much better back then because you had a lot of rematches. There's the 1-0 swing, bangs it down the line, foul. It's 1-1. Now, top to bottom, I prefer the postseason nowadays, the way that they have it set up, because it's just so much more exciting to have that many more cities, many more fans involved in it. But in a lot of ways, like, we miss something because you don't get the constant rematches, because it was the best 2 teams in the league squaring off in the CS every single year. As the flip it over to first real quick. So you didn't have these miracle runs by wild card teams, and you lost a little bit of that when you ended up going even to divisions, multiple divisions, in the first wild card. And it's really all but been lost now that we have so many entrants into the postseason, because it's not likely in a 4-year span you're going to get the same 2 teams in a league to face off in the championship game ever again. The 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2. About the closest thing that we'll ever come to that is a few years ago when it seemed like it was the Yankees and the Astros constantly going at each other. But even then, it wasn't perfectly done like it was back then. 1-2's in the dirt, 2-2. Hicklin at the plate. Runner at first, nobody out. The 2-2 pitch, swing, rips it over to third, and it's going to be a quick 5, 4, 3, rally-killing double play. Good defensive play over there at the Keystone corner. By Kesevich. And there's 2 down here in the 8th. Back we were talking about with the lineup next week, that doubleheader in the WBC that we're going to do on Wednesday. And then the WBC is taking Thursday off as Kiersey fouls it away. And that Thursday, it's a night game, Braves and Pirates, so we'll see Ozuna. Is the 0-1 down and away? No. And then you go to the playoffs, and we're waiting to see who makes it, what the times are, but that Friday and Saturday, wrap around. It's going to be carry all the games we can as the 1-1 pitch is swung on and chopped over to first. Underhanded play by McAdoo. Terrible throw, but he dribbled it towards the glove of the pitcher covering the bag, and he somehow juggled it and tagged the bag. I'm telling you, McAdoo's not a first baseman. I don't know what his background is. I'm starting to think that he might have been like a power forward before this game. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
The only reason I'm even making this video today is to show y'all that the ass is poking. I must have walked by and almost knocked the damn pictures off the wall.
Dad, I don't know why you're carrying on this way. We are, after all, talking about a broken down chair. If you don't like this chair, I'll get you another one. Any chair you want. Really? All right, I'll tell you what chair I want. I want the chair I was sitting in when I watched Neil Armstrong take his first step on the moon. And when the U.S. hockey team beat the Russians in the '80 Olympics. I want the chair I was sitting in the night you called me to tell me I had a grandson. I want the chair I was in all those nights when your mother used to wake me up with a kiss after I'd fallen asleep in front of the television. You know, I still fall asleep in it. And every once in a while, when I wake up, I still expect your mother to be there ready to lead me off to bed. Oh, never mind. It's only a chair.
But I'm tired of this pandering. You can say
it works.
It works because these people don't know how the country works, and it affects them later in life when they realize when they maybe do get a job and maybe they are working or trying to contribute to society, not living off the system for their entire lives. Then later they go, well, why is inflation so high? Why are interest rates so high? You voted for it, you morons. You're easily fooled. You don't even have to be a good magician to put on a show for these people.
Tony C was having a nice, solid Tony C year, 20 home runs and 67 runs batted in on the evening of August 18th, 1967.
But on that night, Tony C's career would be changed forever by one fateful pitch.
Anyone who's ever been in a ballpark when there's a beating knows the deathly silence. And this, of course, was something that was even more acute because it was Tony C.
I was on deck when Tony got hit, and I'll tell you, the sound of the ball hitting him, I saw his cheek just blow, just like you're blowing up a balloon.
The concern was great that, was he going to lose his vision? And a lot of people just prayed and hoped that he could come back.
Tony wasn't coming back in '67, and his career was in jeopardy.
Welcome back. New right-hander on the mound, Louis Vargas for your Atlanta Braves. The 1-0 misses. Banged away for a strike. One count. Coffee, the batter, righty-righty matchup, swing and a miss, strike three. Braves lead at 9-5. We're here in the top of the ninth inning. First pitch swinging. Panago fouls it back to the backstop. It's 1-1. The 0-1. Fouls it back 0-2. (0-2) count. In the dirt, 1-2. The 1-2. Throws a slider out there. 2-2. 2-2 count. Top of the ninth inning. Braves 2 outs away from another spring training victory. Braves came into today 8-2-1 Toronto 2-7-2. The payoff pitch outside wide. Ball 4. He'll head on down to first. They're showing Snooker there in the crowd. He's got his shades on so you can't hear him snore. First pitch up top to Brooks. It's inside for a strike. It's on 1. Runner at first, 1 out. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Four-seam fastball misses 2-1. The 2-1. Runner at first, 1 out, double play would end the game. The pitch on the way, swing, lifts it to left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit just over the outstretched glove of the infield and into left field, and the Blue Jays have runners on first and second and 1 away. Phillies beat the Red Sox 6-2. Righty-righty matchup here. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Slaps a slider across the zone. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Torado, the batter. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Braves lead by 4. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. Slider misses. 1-2. The 1-2 swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. One-two count. And another slider. So he's just throwing sliders, hoping someone will swing at it. You got a 2-2 count. 2 on, 1 out. Torado, the batter. See if he gets another one. The 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Brought the fastball and blew it right by him. Good pitch, 2 down. San Diego's already scored 12 runs on Seattle. These games are going to be weird because you're going to have so many of these spring training games that they're going to run out of players on some of these teams with all the WBC. As the first pitch on the way is right there for a strike, it's 0-1. Expect to see a lot of high-scoring games because of it. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, fastball. That one got up to 96 miles an hour. It's 0-2. So the Jays down to their last strike. 2 on, 2 out. 2 strikes. And we're going to get a timeout by Mendoza as he milks the situation. We're back to it. Vargas looking in. This will be his 23rd pitch of the inning. And the 0-2. in the dirt, hits him in the foot, and that'll load the bases. So the bases are loaded now, and one swing could tie the game. Vargas continues to struggle with his command. A few times we've seen him. Probably a poor decision for them to throw a back foot slider with 2 strikes. And the tying run on deck, but this is the spring. First pitch right there for a strike to Rivera. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Strike all day long. It's 0-2. So he's gone fastball slider. The 0-2 inside. And they're going to challenge this. Might as well, right? You have a challenge left. See if you might get one. And, they're going to get it. Strike 3. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. The Atlanta Braves go to 9-2-1. See who we're going to give the game ball to today. Guess we'll go ahead and give it to, go a couple different ways. English got the big 3 RBI double. You got Dominic Smith, who had a good day himself with a home run, a 2-run home run. But I'm going to give it to Mauricio Dubon, 3 for 3, a walk. So a perfect day at the plate. He came around to score. He got an RBI. And we're going to need at-bats like that heading into what is going to be a season without Profar once again. We'll see you tomorrow night, 5:45 first pitch, Braves versus Twins, and then it's USA Baseball, baby. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock p.m., lunchtime. It's Braves Country today. We'll talk about all the different things we have going on, try to figure out how do we spell a problem like Profar. We'll see you then.